up, guys? Hope all is well. Hey, another episode of Battle Tested. What doesn't break you, build your brand. As y'all can see, I'm in the studio today, right? Man, beautiful time, beautiful day, beautiful moment. Everything just beautiful, man. Had a great week. I definitely would say, um, what my week looked like. My week looked like beautiful. That was definitely a lot of connections, a lot of community stuff, and that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about episode 14. Episode 14, man. And when you really think about it, episode 14, though. 14. I remember the first show, you know, it was like, oh my God, I was being battle tested. And I told you guys, I think on the second or third show, like what was going on that day. And man, it was crazy. Now we're on episode 14. 14, man. So, it goes into what I'm going to share right now. Be like water, be formless, be shapeless, be like water. Right? That is such a profound statement by Bruce Lee. Like he made that ever since I watched that video, it absolutely transformed my thoughts of how I allow life to flow. And I attempt to force things. And that's the thing is, and he said, be formless, be shapeless, be like water. Water in a cup, it becomes the cup. Water in a pot, it becomes the pot. Be like water, my friend. Right? And I'm going to show you guys this video. It is so cool. Like, you guys can absolutely see exactly what I'm talking about. We do not own the copyrights of this video. So, we wanted to share that space right there. There you go.
Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Like that, you see?
No, I see. I get the idea. I get the power behind it.
Flow. That's what, man, just let it flow, man. Don't all that. And it goes back to what I was talking about last week, though. Like, just let it flow. Like, sometimes we try to force things. Flow. We try to force things. We want to control. We like that word control, don't we? Like, oftentimes we like that word control. Just know you ain't got no control. Like, really allow yourself to know you don't have any control with that. And you just, like what Bruce Lee said, man, he went way before his time. Way before his time. But, it really just goes in slow motion. Slow motion. Better than no motion, though. Right? They say, remember I said last week or the week before, the turtle and the rabbit. Turtle and the rabbit. The rabbit jumping around trying to get to a destination. Whereas the turtle, slow motion, better than no motion, right? And every time you won't win, I'm just gonna be a buck. Every time you won't win. I've lost a few times in my life. Did I love it? No, I didn't love it, but I knew that it made me appreciate it that much more the next time, right? I'm gonna say, I don't know about everybody else. It might be controversial. Greatest basketball player of all time, LeBron James, right? He got 4 championships though. Been there, what, 9 times, right? 4 and 9, yeah. He got almost 50,000 points. 50,000 points, right? Every team he goes to, they expect it to become a champion. Expected. 0 questions. Like when he was at Cleveland, he went back to Cleveland. Oh, you guys got to win a championship. If they win a championship, they don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they don't win the championship, they like, oh, before he got there, they were probably like 12 and 72. Probably 70. He get there, they like, you gotta win the championship. Period. You're the chosen one. But when he was 10th grade, they called him the chosen one. Right? Like, you let it flow, man. Like, let flow. Like you got to think about it. You got two roads in life. You're gonna go through the survival road, or you're gonna go through this wealth road. Like, everybody's gonna go, like, you gotta make that U-turn. And what we're talking about now is connections and community, being able to merge those things together, um, and all that stuff, man. So that is very much important when it comes down to it in life, right? The story of what, you know, it's the story of what happened to us and what you do with what happened to you. Right? Like, it's the story of what, like, you don't get the chance to know what your story looked like. However, you do know what the facts, right? Like when you get like, we all get this, and it's like, nobody got it. Nobody got to know who they got to pick their mom, their dad, the sister, brother, cousins, aunt, uncle, grandmother. Nobody got to pick that person, right? It's all about, like, nobody got to pick that person. However, you got to make the best. It's like when you get when you go to IKEA, right? You got a box, all assembly. You got to assemble that thing yourself. The situations in your life. Like, for me, battle tested. Man, I'm so thankful. I was sitting here on, I think it was July 13th, July 12th, July 12th. July 12th, I was sitting here doing an interview. And I had the pleasure of just sharing my story and going through it, and and that was the thing. And one of the things is, and I speak about this all the time, DC, DC was doing his thing, and he's like, man, we had connected. And the thing is, we connected. Come to find out, we was in the Air Force, not together. He was way before. I think I was nothing. No comment. Before me, right? We was in the same job, right? Same career field. So we definitely get like, oh man, really? So it was just, and then come to find out, check this out. He had to remind me. He shared it. He had to remind me. His birthday and my late wife's birthday on the same day. That's some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Me and DC, we don't really talk about the podcast too much. When we talk about life in general, have conversations. And that's one of the things about connection. That's why I breeze that information about connection in there, right? Like, being battle tested, man. Like, the law of ATM, acceptance, transformation, and mastery. The law of flow, right? Don't force things in life, right? Don't force things. Let it flow. You know what I mean? They got songs. They got R&B songs. Just let it flow, man. Just let it flow. Be like water. All right, cool. So, man, it's exciting, man, just to know, when you really when you really take in the thought of law of ATM, right? Acceptance, transformation, mastery. When you're talking about law of flow, and you talk about identity, like your law of identity, like, who are you, right? Like, I just put together this week, like, my mind be going so crazy sometimes. I put together this dope program. It's a 2-day intensive program. It's coming out here shortly. You see me, I think I got a little bit of street cred, right? Got a little bit of street cred. Y'all see me on the whiteboard, I shared a little bit or whatever, but in the Air Force, I was an intro program manager. I worked in training. I did a little bit of instructing. Well, actually a lot. I did, I got an MBA. This is just natural me, to be honest with you. This is natural, Brandon. right? My purpose, empowerment through transformation. Like, that's not a job for me. Like, I gotta be like, oh, am I gonna charge somebody today for that? Right? I just be like, hey, you listen. I used to be emotionally attached to it. Not so much no more. That's not my job. Right? I'm here to give it to you. If you don't take it, that's on you. Type of deal. Um, we just keep on pressing, man. Like, and keep on making life happen for us. And man, really accepting. I mentioned about acceptance earlier. Mind you, I had allergic reaction to something, so I'm gonna clear my nose a few times. So, uh, but acceptance, acceptance, transformation, and master. Right. So acceptance. Where are you in your life? Right. So when I moved, when I was really doing my healing and deep in my healing, right, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of what you're gonna get in this course. Okay. So we need to take you from where you are, identifying vulnerability. Most people don't even know. That's the number one question I'm asked is who can define vulnerability? That means I can pour all of myself out without caring what you think. I can, like I do on here. I wasn't like that 2.5, 3 years ago, though. I wasn't. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't. It was this dope therapist I had named Shirley St. Juice. She was out of Florida, man. She gave me the business. 2.5 years of intensive therapy, right? Like, but she asked me that question after my third session. She said, "You got vulnerability issues." I said, "Who, me?" I'm like, man, I thought she slapped me in the face. And I really took a thought on that, right? You got to be open to it. When you're open to saying you got vulnerability issues or identifying that you have vulnerability issues or vulnerability challenge, not issues, vulnerability challenges. If you identify you have vulnerability challenges, that's the first step. Okay. So first step. So accepting that. You know what I mean? Like accepting that where you are in your life. And so how I did it is how I did that is I pulled, like we are, like I mentioned last week, we are the map and the explorer. Our brains are the map, right? We can create the map. You can get a piece of paper and dot, 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 and start putting a lot of dots. And you just start drawing lines and it'd be like, oh my gosh, right? And so we're able to create. We're creators in life. And then we get to explore that same map we created with them dots. So that dot can be from Florida to Atlanta, from Atlanta to New York, right? Boom, dot, and then dot, right? So you're gonna explore that right there. So you're gonna explore here in Atlanta. Boom, I have a layover. Then you're gonna drive up, or you're gonna fly up, or whatever the case is, whatever choose, right? So you got to think about those things when you're talking about acceptance. In your space, when you're in your space, it's like, and that's where it is. It's like, okay. So here's what I did, right? If you think about an arrow, right, the little arrow, you think about the arrow, and I would always, okay, I'm in the United States, okay, I'm in Florida, okay. So let's say I was at the gym. Oh, I'm here. I'm at the gym. I'm in the gym in the locker room. All right, I lock my mind in on wherever I'm at, because I can be able to create there, right? Like I can be able to, okay, cool. I'm here in the sauna right now. Man, what is in my mind? I haven't blocked everything out. Everything else is blocked out. I see right here in front of me, in my mind. It's so amazing to do that. So I gave you guys a gym, right? If you didn't write that gym down, so I'm gonna give it to you again. How you do that is US, little arrow, whatever state you're in, area you in, whatever country you in, doesn't matter. arrow, whatever location you are. You can go a little bit deeper than that. I'm just going to give you a general arrow in wherever space. You could be in your room. Okay, I'm in my room. I'm locked into there. Boom. And right there, accept where you are. That's just where you are. I'm accepting where, if you listen to me in the car, don't close your eyes. Okay? Don't close. That's a bad move, right? Hey, safety first, right? Right? What we say in the military, safety, magazine, chamber, safety. Right? Safety first, right? No. Don't close your eyes. Keep on driving. If you pull over, that's okay. But just keep on with your space, man. You have the determination to do whatever you want to in life. You just got to do whatever you want to in life, and that's the space of growing in that transformation. When you accept where you are, man, it's just surrender to it. Just surrender. Like a lot of the times we try to fight it, like I said, force it, and that's where law of flow go to. Like, just let it flow. Like water. Like what he said about water. You just seen the video. What he said about water. Let it flow. You let those thoughts flow. And man, like on the way here, a bad idea came to mind. Not a bad, it was a good idea. Okay. Let me correct that. The bad ideas I throw, like that might be a good idea. No, that's gonna get me in trouble. Right? Like, no. That's gonna get me in trouble. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm about to jump the broom. So that's gonna get me in trouble. I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not gonna get myself in trouble. Right? I want to stay on that other side for a long time. Right? So no, that's not a good idea. So this was a great idea that popped in my mind, man. And I just gotta put it to the side because I can get. I don't know if you guys ever watched Inside Out. Remember I told you guys Inside Out? I thought about it now. Hey, Inside Out, watching the Inside Out movie, man. I need a sponsor because I just gave them, a huge marketing platform right there. But Inside Out is amazing. Emotion movie. It's a Disney characters, but it's so relatable. Like my therapist told me to watch it, and I watched the Inside Out too. And they got another one. I haven't watched that one yet. Me and my daughter might watch it, but it's about emotions. You got to get to know your emotions. Another thing that helped me out throughout my journey, like right before everything started really, I believe. Remember we talked about divine alignment, right? Everything was in divine alignment. Like now I'll double back and I'll put it back together and all of that stuff, and the identity, right? Like this is where. And it goes into that right there, the identity space of, right? Like the December before everything, like my late wife passed, and the December, she was on a cruise, right? She was spazzing out. Like, I'm not that guy. We're not gonna go there. But no, I was watching this thing from Tony Robbins. It's called I Am Not Your Guru. On Netflix. If you've never watched that, watch it. Get some tissue too. Hey, Tony Robbins, I'm looking for a shout out too, though. I need a sponsorship. All right, but no, seriously, I'm being funny though. But seriously, like, I'm not your guru, man. It is one of the most powerful documentaries that you can watch. One of the most powerful documentaries that you can watch. See, I'm one of those people. I don't, like some, it comes back around, cool. But I'm the guy that, hey, I want to help everybody out. Like I believe that when you put somebody in the universe, you're gonna get something back from the universe. Keep on giving, you're gonna get some. Right? You're gonna keep on giving. Like I just got a call this week. Like I spoke this into existence. Right? I'm gonna stay on this topic. That way I won't go. But my identity was formed. My identity was formed. It was already formed, but my healing space was kind of formed right around that. So It was formed right around that. And the identity, man, like my identity was, man, it was crazy. And so, man, I broke down. I had um, to really understand where I was in life, and that's where it was like, and I had to really like move in that, right? Like, and so when everything happened, like it's like I had visualized that before, like I had visualized it, and man, like it was like, man, what if this is the case? Boom, 10 months later, that was the case. I was like, wow, it blew my mind, but it was like, I believe I believe God had prepared me already. You know, I believe that was the case, and a little bit vulnerable right now, right? Like I was just talking about. Hey, hey, yeah, and yeah, and a little bit, yeah, and so a little bit about that, man. It was so cool that it is an identity. It was just that right there, and like um, it was just that, like, and so I was just like, all right, this is something I have to really go through, and I am willing to go through it, and boom, I'm willing to go through it. I'm just willing to go through it, and that's what it was though. So, but it's a yeah, man, it was that was just part of my identity, and I had to, but I started with that Tony Robbins thing, and it really transformed my thoughts and my mind and my ideas on where I was in life and where I wanted to go in life and how I was going to do things and all that stuff. And it really created the space for that. It really did. And now I look at it all so many years later and like, wow, I'm here, right? Like, I'm here. If I would have never let it flow, right? Like I speak on this leadership training program that I'm going through right now with Landmark, and I speak on that stuff, and like it really pulled out a lot of my blind spots. Um, really pulled out a lot of my blind spots and stuff. So, so I'm able to be here right now, present at this moment, because the present moment is the only moment available to us. Is the door to all moments, and as I state that, like it is so true. Like being present. Like we can think about the past. The past is the past. The present is the present. We can create a future that we only desire. Our imagination can create it. Imagination is everything. It's a preview of life's coming attractions. And I speak on quotes and stuff because that's how my mind works sometimes, The present moment is the only moment available to us. Right? Like, wow, you can't change yesterday. You can only affect the day and tomorrow. That's a quote. I created that one though. You can't change yesterday. You can only affect today and tomorrow. That's so true, though. So true. And guys, in a few minutes, my my guy is gonna show up. My guest is gonna show up. You got these traffic streets. I mean, this traffic in these streets, man, and so you kind of got to throw it off and backed up a little bit because of the rain. And but you guys gonna get to know my guy in a minute, man. Coach Antonio Starks, man, he's gonna be here shortly. Um, I want you guys to really be ready for that. Like, be ready for that because this guy's story is so powerful. So it like he gotta make a. That's just who he is. You got to make an appearance. You got to make an appearance. That's my guy though. But we talked about a minute ago. We talked about love and identity, acceptance, and then the transformation. Transformation is that's the space where you're at. Like, what does that look like? Transformation looks like, adapting to your survival to your wealth, right? It's adapting to your survival and your wealth. See, acceptance is when most of the times when you're in your acceptance stage, you're in your survival stage. When you get your wealth, is like it's that middle ground of that bridge, if you will. It's that bridge. It's that bridge to help you get to where you want to get to. Right? It's that barrier, like not barrier. Let me take that word out. It's that bridge to take you from where you are to where you desire to be. Where you are to where you desire to be. See, that's the biggest thing is as if acceptance, transformation, mastery, right? Acceptance, transformation, and mastery. It's that time. It's that time, guys. Like if you've been in acceptance for a long time, it's time to go to transformation. All right, take my 2-day course. I'm finishing the weeds of it, digging the weeds out of it. Hey, you got a heck of a coach that's you got a heck of a coach that's about to take you to the next level, and all of that stuff. So, man, like you got somebody that's been battle tested. When you talk about the credentials, got that. Being battle tested, got that. Life. I want to help you get that identity. Find your identity. Take that mask off. Right. Be vulnerable. Right. Get to know who you are. Like who you are. Here's one thing. Right. I share this with you. Here's one thing. It's something I created. Who are you? Right. Way method. Right. A lot of times we don't know who we are. That's really real talk. A lot of times we don't even know who we are. We say what we do, but we don't know who we are. See, when you say what you do, it's like you bypass. You got this mask. You're okay. This person, you know, like it's the genesis of identity, really, right? Like so, kid, teen, adult, right? We go through phases in life. Kid, teen, adult. Kid, teen, adult. And when you really look at it, as a kid, that's when you're a lot of your stuff was like really built. Then you go a teen. That's when you was kind of okay. Let me figure this thing out, right? Like, back and forth, and then you got an adult. That's when like you brought all that stuff from a kid, like when they say inner child, right? You got all that stuff from inner child, and my inner child wasn't protected or assured or felt less than or not enough, felt no value, right? Like a lot of people was that was violated, all that stuff, right? That's what this 2-day intensive we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna go dive in. We're gonna dive in. Called Battle Tested Academy. We're gonna dive in 2 days, right? I got some special stuff going on with it too. I'm telling, oh my gosh, my fiance, she said something that that was dope. She shared it with me last night and was like, "Oh, I like that," and it's about to go down. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. I'm excited about it. Just put it together, guys. Like, I told you guys, I finished. Oh, you guys don't know this. All right. So I took a communications class last weekend. Man, oh my gosh. Saturday and Sunday was communications. I was in a communication course all weekend for 12 hours a day, 13 hours a day, 12, 13, one of those. It was long, I know that. Like, you talking about somebody work on themselves? You talking about somebody work on themselves? Yeah, I stay working on myself, because I'm my goal is to bring the best of the best. Period. Exclamation point. Right? Be the best of the best. Right? Bring the best of the best. Like, like it's a lot of things you can go through, but we going on stages. I got something going on right now that, right, we're going on stages. Let's move this thing, move this needle. You are the person to move the needle in your family. You are the chosen one. You are the person you make a difference in the world. You make because every single week you're on here, you make a difference in the world. You make a difference in the world. I want you to say, I make a difference in the world. I want you to really look in the mirror and say, I make a difference in the world. Really soak that in, because you do. Because you took on your Friday evening, you said, man, I'm going to listen to this show, right? And you're going to continue to build up. Oh, I didn't even mention last week, because you are watching this right here. You listening to this. We had 258,722 people listening to this thing last week. So shout out to each and every one of you guys. I acknowledge you. I acknowledge you of who you are for this world. I acknowledge you for who you are for your family, your loved ones, your job. I acknowledge you. Hey, it's so powerful how powerful you are in this world. Like, you was created differently. This guy, Emmett Smith, everybody knows him, right? I think he's the number one, Russian leader in the world in the NFL. I don't know if you know the NFL, American football, right? Number one. But he made this. All men are created equal. Some just work harder in preseason. All men are created equal. Some just work harder in preseason. So think about that for a moment. All men are created equal. Some just work harder in preseason. See, when you make that statement, like, honestly, when you make that statement, it's like, okay. Man, that statement is profound. Because we all was born, right? We was all born. All born. All of us. Everybody came in this world is the same. All men are created equal. Some just work harder in preseason. All men are created equal. Some just work hard in preseason. Man, so that's a profound statement. When you move, life moves. When you stay stagnant, life stays stagnant. When you move, life moves. When you stay stagnant, life stays stagnant. Like, really, think about that for a moment, guys. Like, man, it's so amazing to be here with you guys today. I'm excited. Like, accept the challenge. Accept the challenge. If you haven't gotten my journal yet, don't do yourself a disservice. Subscribe first off. Subscribe. Let's get these YouTube channel up and YouTube subscribers up, guys. Like, you can watch, you can listen to it, but let's tap in, right? Like, let's tap in. Like, you can go back on YouTube and rewind or send. Here's a challenge for you guys. Here's a challenge. One, I'm on Mr. Diamond Inc. 2.0, Mr. Dominique 2.0 on TikTok and Instagram. Mr. Dominique 2.0 on TikTok and Instagram. On YouTube, go on there. Battle Tested Podcast. Battle Tested Podcast. Go and find it. Right? Go subscribe to the channel. Like if you got your phone in front of you right now, go subscribe to the channel. Like go subscribe to the channel and let's get those views. Let's get the views up. Go watch it over. Send it if you think this, and sometimes this man, that was a tight show. Right? Like sometimes we feel like, man, that was a tight show. If you feel like this was a nice show, share with a friend. Share with 5 friends. Share with 5 friends. Share so they can they wasn't there. They wasn't sit beside you right now. They wasn't like my man's about to come in. Like they wouldn't sit beside you right here to watch it with you or listen to it with you. You know what you can do tomorrow evening? What you can do is copy the link. Hey, check this guy out. What do you think? And then follow up. What you think about it? Send it to 5 friends. Send it to 5 friends. And like you got like, oh man, this was a dope episode. He really poured into a lot. Don't just soak it all up. Be a giver. Like grab it, pass it along to someone. Grab it, pass it along to someone. That's for, that's how we move this thing, move the needle, right? Like we move the needle that way. That's how we move the needle. Next week, guys, we will not be on. We won't be on. But I got some, man, I've been having, because of you guys, because of you guys, I got some interviews. I got some interviews coming up. Hey, because of you guys, man, I'm telling you, you guys are doing what y'all doing. We got some interviews coming up. Right? Like we got to think about rebuilding yourself and like discipline over desire. Like discipline over desire. Like, what does that look like for you? Like, discipline, staying committed to it. That's what it is. Discipline is just staying committed to it. Like, stay committed to it. Like, this podcast, guys, no matter what, like, real talk. I just drove in from Florida. Like, I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning and I meditated and prayed. Like I really locked in, meditated, prayed, locked in, and now, there we go. So, and I drove here, make sure everybody was here, and and that's the thing, man. Check this out. My man got here. He's here. Man, this guy is man. I already introduced you. Man, this guy is a head coach of Miles College, man. Head coach of Miles College, track and field. Man, I told you traffic was crazy. He drove down here because he's like, man, I'm gonna stay committed, right? Discipline. He said, I'm gonna stay committed to it. And so, man, it's so dope. Man, this dude he's a model, he's an actor, he's a brand ambassador, he's a father, he's a husband, he's a investor, like all these different titles. This dude got a lot of titles, What's up, man?
What's good, man?
Man, you here, bro. You late,
here,
but you here.
Hey,
you stay committed to it.
I'm committed.
Antonio Starks, man. And man, this dude, man, he, come to find out, we in a lifestyle club together, right? So he came from Mississippi, right? Like he's my frat brother too. to my frat brother. We in Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. So, man, tell the people right there, man. Tell them, you know what I mean, who you are.
Man, a little bit more about me so the people won't feel like I'm a stranger, nothing like that, man. Humble's beginning, of course, from Mississippi, Tunica, Mississippi, to be exact. Um, Man, I'm just blessed to be here, man. It's been a lot going on in the world, but hey, we prosper. We getting it.
Yeah, for sure, man. So we know we ain't got too much longer, but I'm just thankful for you to even, just take the time out of your schedule to I know it's out of y'all on break in Miles right now,
Yeah,
right?
man. We on break. They going home, man.
They going home. All right, cool. Not they ain't passed away though, right?
No. They ain't
He
passed
said
away.
they going home, right?
They
when
going
you hear
with their
that,
significant others and friends and families, you know how that be.
you know what I'm saying? Okay, we gonna clarify. They ain't going home. But,
There you go. There you go.
but they man, let's talk about it, bro. I know when we chopped it up, man. Like, man, where did they all start from? I know it's from Tunica, Mississippi. Tell people, like, but Tunica, man, it was in the CNN. Like, you wrote that, like.
Oh yeah, man. CNN, man. 1983 documentary, and man, I didn't even know about it. I found out about it actually in college.
Oh, wow.
In college, man, I just happened to run across one of my friends' pages, and I'm looking at, saying 1983 CNN documentary of Tunica, Mississippi. And man, we was compared to certain parts of, in Africa, as being one of the worst places to stay in the entire world.
Dang.
Not
in the
just,
world?
Not just the country. We
Dang.
talk about the world. We used to call it Sugar Ditch Alley. And I'm gonna tell you now, if wasn't no sugar in no alley. That wasn't what it was, right? Man, it was times, man, I can remember, man, I didn't know about a toilet being from the country until I was about 4 or 5 years old. I used to see, this hole that was in the floor of our house, and I never thought nothing of it, And my mom, she raised 5 kids.
Oh, wow.
Um, 2 boys, three girls. My oldest sister ended up staying with our grandma, and my younger brother ended up staying with my grandmama as well. So the 3 in the middle, we all had the same daddy.
Okay.
And from that perspective, I think my grandma, she didn't she didn't venture toward our dad a lot. So it kind of put us in a position where we still with
y'all screwed, basically.
Yeah.
Y'all screwed. That's what it's saying.
We came up hard.
Yeah.
We came up hard. We didn't have somewhat, as they called it, the city life, of Tunica. There was 2 parts of Tunica. There was a city part where you could see, the gas stations. You could see people having fun, jump rope, all these things. Where I was at, there was one house connected that was close to our house. Everything else was field.
Wow.
Everything. I'm talking about miles away. Everything was field.
Man, so like I was talking about it last week. I was talking about survival. So that's a lot of survival right there, huh?
Yes.
It's a lot of survival. So a lot of your time in life, you kind of went through the survival mode of surviving, right? Like, because we talked about it some more. You went homeless for a while, but you were still doing what you was doing, right? Like,
most definitely.
Like, you were still out there getting it.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That was the most important part for me. I was always on survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just said, the homeless, it really came off of me perseverance to my goal at being an actor, being a model.
Wow.
And I made a decision, to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And me making a decision to go for it, I stepped out on faith. I was once coaching at Alabama State University for track and field. Shout out to Alabama State. At the same time, I was getting my master's, and I started venture off into acting, venture off into modeling. And one thing led to one thing and another. And I said, you know what, I'm going to leave from where I'm at. I'm going to just take a leap of faith. And I tell people today, if you ever want to go into entrepreneurship, you got to have the most faith in what God has to offer you. That's how you know you're going to get to the goal, right? My faith was jumping out, go get it, figuring out. I had a partner who I thought was a partner when I got to Atlanta from Alabama that I could, stay with. We chopping it up. We talking about how we was going to discover, make this dream a reality. Came home one day, everything in the house was gone.
Ooh, what?
And that was within a month being there, a month being with him. I come home, everything gone.
Wow.
And
So how do you rebuild after that, though? Like, how do you rebuild yourself? Like, after that, like, I think that kind of moves into, like, you rebuilding these kids. Like, you started your own track and field club and, AAU club, and now, which led you to that. And that's how we know each other from Lifestyle Club and, building that. And I coached you a little bit earlier in the year and with that. But, like, how did that help you rebuild, like, the kids and, like, what you do on a daily basis now as a coach?
Belief and confidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Believe, faith, confident, believe that whatever the mind can conceive, the mind can achieve.
Wow. Yeah.
Preach. And I had that mentality for a long time being young.
Mm-hmm.
So in the mix of that, my mind was always the faith and the belief that something good gonna come out of it, no matter how I look at it right now. Mm-hmm. I wasn't looking at for what was happening at this moment. What I was thinking about what was gonna happen later on.
Right.
So I kept perseverance to my goal.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, I'm here now.
Right. Man, we thank you to, like we have the full hour of but the few minutes you've been dropping the jewels that you've been dropping on so far, it's like, man, it's really like you're an investor, man. Like what moved you to being an investor, like to that
You
space?
know what's amazing about that? I never even knew anything about investing until I became a part of the Lifestyle Club, right? Being a part of that led me to understanding the difference between being an employee and an entrepreneur. So I had to read certain books to get the mindset right, to understand where I was going versus where I was at.
Mm-hmm.
Because the reality, I had to become somebody I never knew.
I love that.
And becoming somebody you never knew, that sometimes can be scary, right? Mm-hmm. That's very scary, right? You're not accustomed, not used to old habits. And it's people who you want to continuously to be validated with. Mm-hmm. And you got to lose some people.
Yeah. At least some people online.
Yeah. That's the reality, man. And you cannot get what it is that you say you want if you don't.
Yeah. And you're the leader you are today, but that doesn't, I know you got 3 kids and, you're the leader you are today because of home. You got a wife and you got kids and you just had a newborn. Congratulations on that. And,
most definitely.
But tell us about like what changed your thought process. And I'm more like you got some information that really changed the trajectory of what your thoughts was and like how you wanted to move your life.
Most definitely. About 6 years ago, regardless of everything that I have chased and money wise, to be in general, chasing
right?
money. Chasing money.
Hey, think about that when you say chasing money. We attract money, okay? Cool. So
I had to learn how to attract money. And in the midst of me chasing the money, my daughter, who's actually 22 years old, about 6 years ago, within all that chasing of figuring out how I was going to make my next dollar, even though she was a great, phenomenal athlete in sports, which consists of basketball and track, I found out that she was schizophrenia. And I didn't know. So we talking about 16 years of pain that my daughter suffered that I knew nothing about. I saw what was happening, but it was just more like how we, being from Mississippi, You know, our mom, parents, granddad, I ain't nothing wrong with you. Get up, you know,
Right.
keep it moving, keep doing what you have to do, and you okay. We didn't go to the hospital like that growing up in Mississippi.
Right.
You know, we were scared of the doctors.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So finding that out, it gave me a rude awakening. It told me I needed something different in life, and I needed to figure out what my why was, and it became her. My why became my daughter. Whatever I need to do, I need to figure out how I'm going to structure my life around her. At that specific time, it was her. Fast forward years later, just this summer, finding out also because of one decision that I made that changed the trajectory of my life, I was able to be in the position of finding out my son, who's currently 3 years old, also has some of those traits.
Wow. That's mind blowing, right? So you you kind of misunderstood success. We can't stay on this too long, but we kind of misunderstood success. You thought success was one thing, but it was really mostly like your family, and I know that's where the misunderstanding. Like for me, it's balance, right? Having that balance. You know, you have the desire to be wherever you want to be in life, but it's like um misunderstanding. Like, how would you speak about that now? Because you're at a lifestyle club, you do what you do now, you're a coach, and like, how do you balance that right there?
Well, success most times doesn't have a balance when you think about it, right? Yeah, I have a wife, and that what really balance what it is that I have to do and how I instruct the certain levels of my life and where I want to go for them. And she holds that down tremendously phenomenal. Because it was just me, I'd be all over the place. I'd be
I
all
get
over
it.
the
That's
place.
hey, okay, I'm making a good decision. No, I'm making a good decision. Right? All right, cool. Yeah, man. So we gonna, man, you know, we can talk all day long, but you know, we gotta it's coming to the end, man. And you know, one of the things I always say, man, um, one day, one moment at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time. But like, man, I'm gonna say that at the end, but like, where can people find you? Like, you got a track and field club, and where they can find all that stuff. Talking that right
Most
there.
definitely. You can reach me at Antonio Starks68 at gmail.com. But not only that, I'm also at Miles College in Birmingham, Alabama. You can reach me on the website at milecollege.com .edu. You can reach me there as well too. Also too, the boys track and field team definitely on the loop, on the rise, coming as well too. So stay tuned to that. And yeah.
Okay, cool. You got social media too?
Yeah, social media, Antonio Starks. That's Facebook. On Instagram is Sigma, SIGMA 44. Well, Sigma Man, my apologies. Sigma Man, SIGMA MAN 401.
Man, Mr. Dominique 2.0. Mr. Dominique 2.0 on TikTok and Instagram. Man, that's why I say subscribe. This is a power. Just the in a matter of 15 minutes, he's packed all, like he like if you was talking about one of them big old burgers or whatever, like from McDonald's or Burger King, he just smushed all that stuff up in 15 minutes. Yeah, you guys. So that's why I say go subscribe. Pass that along. Pass the whole video along. Don't just pass this part along, but pass the whole video along to your friend that missed it, that was supposed to be sitting beside you right now. Like, this is my partner, right? I chop it up with him all the time. You know, we met through a lifestyle club. And so you can reach out to any one of us and to know a little bit about that, and, you know, whatever. But I'm going to tell you, Mr. Dominic 2.0, man, because one day at a time, one moment at a time. We out of here. See you. Hey, we're not here next week.
Keep going.
We not here next week. We're not here next week. We'll be back the week after, right? We'll be back out on the 5th. On the 5th. We'll be out here on the 5th.
We got a surprise for you. You're here next week.
Yeah.
You're here.
Okay.
Yeah. That 7 o'clock thing canceled. So.
All right.
Well, things happen downstairs over there. So you'll be here next week.
Okay.
See you next week.
All right. We got it.